speak, Bill.
Hello, sir.
Hello, how are you?
Good. My name's Dave. I'm a state police detective. So I got a call, I guess, our detective here needs an exam, so that's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
I'm going to want to visit with him here in a little bit or whatever. The process itself is about 2 to 4 hours. I'll sit down, we'll talk about it. It's just something nobody can force you to do. It's a purely voluntary thing. I understand this is like a death investigation.
It is, yeah, from 04.
Okay, from 04, so it's kind of an older one, so.
He's doing tests who have a whole bunch of people and now
Oh, okay.
family and
Oh, yeah. No, it's important, we got to vigorously clear people, right? Remove them from, persons of interest type deals is normal, so. It doesn't matter what, you tell me right now, I'm not going to arrest you, right? That's not what I do. Yeah, you had a question for me?
I take
Yeah,
medicine.
just
I take medicine
Okay,
for blood pressure
yes.
and anxiety.
Mhm.
So, with that,
Are you taking those as prescribed?
yes.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, absolutely. As long as what you're doing is normal for you. If you,
So
if you smoke weed every day, and
No,
that's
I
what
don't
you
do
do,
that.
right?
No, I'm just
That's
asking,
okay.
would that affect
No.
the test? Because I was saying to him, I don't want to be on that to, make sure that,
Yeah.
that I'm telling the truth and him say,
No, it's
you're taking
normal.
this kind of medicine and all
Yeah,
that stuff.
I took blood
I
pressure
want
stuff.
to be honest and truthful with you and all that
Right.
stuff. So.
Well, let's let him get set up and...
So I got this equipment here. It's going to take me a little bit to set it up.
Okay.
You can just get some fresh air, take a break.
You want to step out back and get some fresh air?
I'm going to ask you to fill this out. I don't know who you are, right? What kind of guy you are. It's just a questionnaire real quick. Ask about your truthfulness, that type of thing. Can you take the time to fill that out?
Yeah, I can fill it out.
All right. Just go ahead and hit that. It'll take some time. If you want, there's some water right there.
No, I'm good.
Okay, you're good to go. Go ahead and, if you can just
Yeah, come on with me, Bill, and we'll get out of here and let him set up and then come
take a
back.
break, use the restroom. Like I said, you're free to leave at any time. Okay. Audio, video is on for OSP, OSP laptop, and OSP audio recorder. This case is case number SP20314378. This is a homicide investigation. The person today is William Miller. Common spelling. My name is Oregon State Police Detective Damian, D-A-M-I-A-N, last is spelled A-C-O-S-T-A. This is, the victim in this case is Rebekah, R-E-B-E-K-A-H, and then Gould, G-O-U-L-D.
Trump likes to
You can have a seat there, we're gonna do a lot of talking before we sit down and talk.
Okay.
So my name's Oregon State Police Detective Damian Acosta. Our conversation's being recorded. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
That's normal. That's what we do.
So can I record too?
Yeah, if you want to record, get your cell phone.
Yeah.
Actually, at some point, I'm gonna ask you to turn it off because it'll go off and it does records and stuff, and I can't have any distractions. So I'm gonna do the same thing with my phones, but you'll have access to. You have a copy of everything that I have. So okay. So I'm recording the conversation. Everything's in this room is being audio and video recorded. You understand that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's normal. So I'm going to kind of recap a little bit. I spoke with you early, or just want to refresh our memory. You're here voluntarily for a death investigation, is what I understand.
Yeah. What it is a young lady got killed in my cousin's house.
Okay.
We were up there moving and stuff. My mom, and so we were up 3 miles down the road. I don't remember it, but saying that I visited Casey, and that I was over there Sunday.
Let me tell you about a case I just worked. I had a guy, right? We have this gal who's missing, right? And man, they think it's this guy, right? He comes in, right? You know what? I've been having an affair with this lady. We met at a hotel room. I was sleeping with her, blah, blah, blah. And some people think that I did it. And so he cooperated fully. We did the exam. Boom, passes, completely off the radar. It's normal to just visit with everybody, right? And just be able to exclude people. That way don't waste time and resources, you know.
And that's what he asked, would you do it? And I was like, yeah, I'll do it and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But then when he started asking, like, would you do more stuff? And it's like, okay, am I a suspect?
I'm going to tell you right now, you're not going to do anything that you don't want to do today, okay? All right, we're going to protect your rights. It's going to be pretty boring with lots of paperwork.
Also,
let me
I'm going to have to, I'm dyslexic.
Okay,
so
that's good.
sometimes
I need to know that.
I don't understand. And like, I had my brother read that to me and all that stuff, and I made a
If
mistake.
there's ever a point that you don't understand something, William, was it William?
I go by Billy William.
If there's ever a time, I'm never in a rush to do anything. I don't ever want anybody to feel like they're confused or they don't know what's going on. And if you have a question, I'm going to do the best of my God-given ability to make sure you understand, okay? You can take a break at any time. You can leave at any time. I have to follow a checklist. I know you're like an oil.
Well, but my thing is that, okay, I'm here to clear my name, and, that, in my opinion, if somebody did this, then they wouldn't be here. They would be avoiding police.
Yes, true, right? That's
and I'm coming in here and all that stuff, and then, how I was kind of getting across, I'm like, am I a suspect? And that's what I was asking, and he said person of interest.
Yeah, a person of interest.
So that would be a suspect.
Person of interest is like they cast a wide net, right? And like we have to talk to these people, right? Because we don't make decisions about what's going on. It's the attorneys that do, right? And then sometimes they direct us what to do. If something were to happen to my wife, right, who would they talk to first?
You first,
right?
Because you're the first.
And then if they saw like the guy who delivers Amazon, right? They saw him at my house the day before she went missing. Who would they talk to next? The guy that was delivering the Amazon package, the milkman, friends, relatives. They would probably go through, all these things to try to determine kind of what happened. That's kind of what we do. I'm not making allegations against anybody. It's just as important to remove people from that persons of interest list, because there's people out there. This guy, whoever did this, that guy's like, who would do something like that, right? Something like that. So
in my opinion, it would be somebody that would
fit a certain profile, right?
Yeah, it'd be a profile, somebody that
a serial killer.
Somebody with
violence. The dude that is mean to his family, violent to women. Yeah. Those type things, got a violent background, maybe a criminal, been in and out of prison, been in and out of jail. And if you know somebody like that, you need to tell us who you might think it is, right? Because it's important to get to the truth, right?
And the thing is the only ones that I really know are my family.
Yeah.
And
as we talk, you'll remember different things. I'm a different type of interviewer, right? I've been doing this job a really long time. And sometimes, people just will point the fingers at you, right? But that's not, sometimes people lie, right?
Yeah.
The people connected to victims, they lie and stuff. I have people who claim to be victims or not victims. They lie about child sex abuse. They lie about being raped because they're embarrassed, because they cheated on it or whatever.
Yeah.
Those people, and there's people out there who will make false allegations. That kind of helps speed things up and helps clear people, so. So I'm going through this checklist here, just be patient with me. It's
But then the
boring.
thing is what I've read is that, okay, if I refuse, then I would be more looked at more for not cooperating with the police and all that stuff.
So the only thing we can do is write down what you tell us and what you give us the authority to do, and we don't make decisions about what is going on, right? We just write it down. For some reason, I've had people, I had it go a million different ways, right? I mean, people decided they don't want to, that's okay, we'll just write that up, right? And then the people who make decisions about the case, they have to make decisions, and I don't know. I'm just like I'm like a contractor. I come in, hey, there's a leak in the P-trap right here, I gotta go fix it, I have a job to do, this is what the issue is, there's a scow that something happened to her, they want to find out, whatever, I just write my report and just push it on down the line, and like, hey, when they ask me for my opinion, I give my opinion, and that's kind of the way things are, right? I'm going to treat you like I want to be treated, right? I know you're not a bad man, right? And you've been working in the oil industry, it's hard to get into that job.
Yeah, and then, and then my thing is, what if I fail? And I didn't do anything and all that stuff. And that's my biggest thing is,
well, we'll cross that bridge when and if.
Because like I made the comment is, I do take medicine that, blood pressure.
I've had people come in here and they smoke marijuana. Some of them even take meth, right? And so you want to do things that are normal for you, right?
Yeah.
So I have to go down this thing, and so it's a little checklist. So my name's OSP Detective, and Damien Acosta, I'm a polygraph examiner. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. And like you said, if you don't understand something, you ask me, okay?
Okay.
And then you're being audio and video recorded. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
And so I have to read this form to you. Everybody gets read this form, okay?
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you're under arrest. There's nothing that you tell me today that's going to make me arrest you, okay? So this is the
So
order.
I should walk out of here,
Yeah.
and then you can never arrest me or anything?
No. You can walk out of here at any time. Right. So I have to read this form to you. This is the Oregon State Police Polygraph Unit. It's the Miranda warning form. It says, before you answer any question, I'm required to advise you that, number one, you have the right to remain silent. You understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. And number two, anything you say may be used against you in a court of law. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Number three, you have the right to talk to a lawyer, to have him or her present with you while you're being questioned. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So do you
Number
think
four,
I need to get a lawyer?
I can't give you that advice. I'm not a lawyer, right? And so, are you specifically asking for a lawyer right now? Just let me explain, right? Because if you do, I have to stop talking to you, right? And then we're done here, and I'll write on my report, hey, this is what he said. It gets to the DA's office, and they have to make other decisions, right? So that's what that means. Okay, do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go
ahead. You can
I
ask.
want to, understand, and that's why when you're saying, a lawyer present and all that stuff, so, I haven't been in trouble and all that stuff.
Okay. And that's a mark of somebody who's good, who makes good decisions. I understand you're a family man, right? And so, but here in Oregon, we want to make sure we protect your rights, because you have the rights as anybody else, right? I'm going to treat you like I want to be treated, and we want to protect your rights. And
okay, so what are my rights and all that stuff?
Okay, let me finish number 5.
Okay.
Number 5, do you understand each of these rights I have explained to you? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to print your name here, and how do you spell your first name?
William.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you again, William is not your first name, so...
William's my first name.
William's your first
That's
name.
on my
and then,
birth certificate.
Okay, and what's your last name?
Miller. William Miller.
Like Miller High Time?
Yeah, Miller Light.
Miller Light?
Yeah.
I like that here. And it's William?
Yeah.
And what's your middle name?
Alma.
And then your signature, my signature goes here. Now, I'm going to ask you to sign, and you can also read the form, right? And if you have a question, we can talk about it, right? I'm not going to try to hide anything. And today is 11/7/2020. The time is 2:41, 3:41. All right, I'll give you this form. You can read it, and then I'm going to ask you to sign it. Or you don't have to sign it if you don't want to, that's fine too. So what is it you do for the oil field? What kind of job? I heard those jobs are dangerous.
I work overseas teaching the nationals how to run an oil and gas facility.
And so what does that mean? What is a typical day in Billy's?
I'm dealing with grown men that act kind of like 12 to 13-year-olds, and I'm teaching them how to do production. And, you know, you got to have a lot of patience, you know, you're dealing with grown men, but over in that country, I think it's the lowest IQ in the world. Because
Where are you working?
Exeter Uni.
Oh.
The president over there is a dictator, been in power for 38 years. He sits there and he don't want people, only certain people are educated that are in his tribe. There's like 4 different tribes over there. If you're in the government, you get better jobs. Literally, the president kind of, you know, does what he wants, and the president's wife takes what she wants. The son got kicked out of France, U.S. for money laundering. It's real corrupted over there, and so our job is to sit there and teach them hands-on training.
Are you dealing with like Americans or like
Africans? We're in West Africa.
Okay. All right. That must be a little culture shock. Is it dangerous?
Yeah, I've had a gun put to my head, and the guy wanted 20
pirates
bucks.
and stuff over there. Like
there's a lot of pirates and all that stuff, but
Muslims
it's
over there that
on the northern side of the island and all that stuff.
Oh, you're on the island.
Yeah.
Wow.
On the northern side, closer to Nigeria, they have a lot of pirates and stuff. On the south side where we're at, occasionally, you know, we'll be on high alert and all that stuff.
Wow. I'm thinking back to that one show where like Tom Hanks is a guy on a ship and they hijack it and he gets hijacked. It's kind of like that area.
Yeah.
Did you get a chance to read this? Do you want to read it?
No, you have the right to remain silent and all that stuff.
Okay. You understood it?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have another form. This is the Oregon State Police Polygraph Unit. It's a polygraph consent form. And number 1 asks you have the right to take or not to take a polygraph examination. Do you understand that? Yeah,
you're telling me that I have a right or not a right. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, it says you have a right to take it or not to take it. Right? You understand that?
Well, the thing is that if I think I'm understanding what you're saying and stuff, but you're saying that I have a right in.
Yeah, so like I said, it says here, you have the right to take or not to take a polygraph examination.
Okay, what you're meaning is, what I'm trying to understand
and
is
I'm here, we got all the time in the world.
That you're telling me that I can refuse to take it and all that stuff. But if I refuse, then, you know.
I'll write that in my report.
No, but I'm just saying that the officer is going to look at me even more where. That, you know.
Yeah, I don't know what he's thinking, right? I mean, you just get a call, I got to go do this, so we just do the best that we can to protect people's rights and treat people like they want to be treated. You know, it's just as important what investigators do too is they look for the absence of evidence, right?
What do you mean by absence?
Absence of evidence, like stuff that excludes a person from the crime scene, right? It could be like, if somebody says, hey, I can vouch for a fact that Billy was in like Indonesia or something on that date and time. We want that information, right? Because you know what? We're wasting our time talking to you because the guy who really did it is out there probably doing the same shit again, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, and that's what they're trying to do. And anything that looks like, you know, if somebody said, hey, we heard Billy Bob over in Nevada did it, well, hey, who's Billy Bob? Where does he live? Let's go talk to him because Billy Bob may have done it, right? So they got to follow every lead, and it's a lot of work, right? And so we got to make sure that we talk to everybody. And it doesn't matter where even if somebody who's a stone cold criminal is a liar, they say, hey, I think such and such did it, we have to follow that lead because they may be telling the truth. Because people who do bad things, sometimes the people we talk to, they're telling the truth, and sometimes they don't. So we have to follow all those leads because it's like doing a good job, right? You got to just do all the little things.
Okay.
And number 3 says, let's do number 2 again. Although the results of a polygraph examination may not be admissible in a criminal or a civil trial, anything you say may be used against you in a court of law. Do you understand that?
Meaning it can use against me and all that stuff.
Okay, let me read that to you. Although the results of a polygraph examination may not be admissible in a criminal or civil trial, meaning they may not be admissible, right? And so my understanding of that is like, the only way that this comes in, the results of it come in, is if, you know, everybody agrees that they want to use the results, right? So you see what I'm saying? Does that make sense to you?
You're saying that if the lawyers and all that stuff say that they want to use it and all
Yes,
that stuff?
yes. I don't have any control over that. That's something that's not in my control. Do you understand that? Okay. And number 4 says, do you understand each of these rights as I have explained to you?
I believe so.
Okay. And then number 5 says, having these rights in mind, do you wish to take a polygraph examination? Yes or no?
So, right now my chest is beating, you know, my heart's beating out of my chest.
Have you ever done one of these before?
No, I haven't. So
you know,
my thing is
what you're experiencing is normal, because anytime we do something new, right, are you a little bit anxious right now?
Yeah.
That's normal. That's normal. If you came in here and you weren't anxious or nervous, that would be weird to me, because that would tell me like that's some stuff that's like, hey, you're a hardcore criminal. Because when we do things, you remember the first time you rode a bike, how nervous you were, or the first time you,
all that stuff, yeah.
right? You remember the first time you met your wife, right? And how every time you do something new, it's for the first time, there's going to be a little bit of anxiety. I'm going to tell you exactly.
I know, my thing is here, this is my understanding, is I take this and just, hypothetically, I fail. I hope I pass and all this stuff.
Okay.
I
want you to pass.
I believe I'm going to pass because,
good.
You know, that.
Right.
But
and if you follow my instructions,
I have anxiety, really bad anxiety, where it's like, okay, I think of negative things.
What kind of things?
You know, negative, like, you know, any worse scenario, it's just like, you know, it's going to be, you know, where, I'm going to use this example. I got accused of messing with a child.
Okay.
All right.
Were you thrown in jail for that?
No, never thrown in jail. But hold on. But being talked to and all that stuff, and come to find out the lady made false allegations. The time that I was at work, it was when I was at work when she made these, you know. Because
investigators came in and they proved she was lying, right?
Yeah.
And you know what? They sent that to the DA, right? And he said she's full of shit, right? Whatever.
But the thing is me looking at the worst scenario. Oh, they're going to come handcuff me and throw me in jail and all that stuff.
And what happened, right? Right. The investigation ran its course, right?
Yeah, ran its course. But
and you're innocent.
I was innocent, but I'm just saying that, you know, I got real bad anxiety and all that stuff.
Okay.
And so where I think of the worst scenarios of different things. It's like, you know, sometimes I feel like I got the worst luck, you know.
Yeah. Well, it's bad luck yet. That's the way my luck has been, right? The election, I'm feeling kind of bummed, right?
Yeah.
You know, we work very hard for our money, and then, you know, I don't want gas to go up to like $4 or $5 a gallon, right? I don't want to have to, like, you know, the whole gun thing, right?
Well, y'all might not be carrying guns anymore,
right? And like, right? And so, but you know what? There's always going to be another day. You're going to stub your toe. We were fine before, man. That's just normal, right? We just got to keep on. You know, we all got responsibilities. We all got mortgages to pay. You know, I have to take care of getting older, right? And so that type deal. So having these rights in mind, do you wish to take a polygraph examination?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you to print, just like we did last time. I'm going to write here as a witness. So how do I get in the oil field business?
How old are you?
I am 45. Like, what can I do as a police officer, right? Because I think, you know, I could probably manage people or something, or.
I got 23 years experience.
Yeah.
That's what's back.
How do you get into an entry level?
You're gonna have to know somebody.
And so, what would an entry level guy
say
do?
that we were down in Texas, I would vouch for you, and say you're a hard worker, that you're gonna show up. And
Dude, I was telling you the exact thing in this world, right? You may not have the skills, you may not have the training, you may not even have the schooling, but if you show up on time, you work your ass off, right?
Don't do drugs.
You don't do drugs. You don't do all those things. You got a fighting chance. You're like 3/4 of the way there, right? All you need is an opportunity, right? And I think you're one of those type of guys, right? I mean, it's like, hey, you know, if I tell you something, my word is my thing, and then I'm gonna show up on time, and the more you show up, the luckier you get. The harder you work, the luckier you get.
Yeah.
Right? You know, can you print here and sign here?
Yeah.
You can do that if you want to. So do you have a family?
Yeah, I got a family in the Philippines,
Mm-hmm.
and then I have an ex-wife and 2 daughters in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
in Houston area.
Mm-hmm. So do you like the Philippines, or?
What time is it?
It is, let's look at, it's 2:53. Your brother's, I think your brother's the comedian of the two, right? He's the funny guy?
No. Yeah, he's more, hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. How big's your family?
Just it's me, my mom,
Okay.
and my brother and stuff. That we have extended family. You say, mom's brother and those cousins and stuff. And then on my dad's side of the family, that got a whole bunch of cousins, and then we got a whole bunch of mom's family up here in Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the one pushing for mom to retire, and she's having issues remembering things.
Mm-hmm.
And so Grandpa had dementia, and then Grandma had that too. And then we believe she's done some certain things that we think that she has to write down whatever she does. And all
As
that
your
stuff.
mom gets older, it sounds like me and you are in the same situation. She can be a little crabby, right? And then you got to just give her a pass, man, right? You got to just let her get that last word in and say yes, ma'am, and just kind of just take care of her because, she raised you right.
Yeah.
And the fact that you're taking care of your mom really speaks a lot about what kind of person you are, right?
So
I'm the same way.
I bought a farm over here on Allen Road, and it's 41 acres.
Yeah.
And
What are you doing with the ground? What kind of stuff are you doing with the ground?
Well, we just moved in there and all that
Okay.
stuff. And then plan to probably do like an orchard or do.
Oh, okay.
We're dealing with like a whole bunch of. We saw a bear, fox, a whole bunch of deer and all that stuff on the property.
Gotcha.
And but.
So I'm going to close the door. It's for privacy. Well, it's already closed. Good. I thought that was open. And so you're free to leave at any time. Do you understand that?
Why do you keep saying that and all that stuff?
Oh, because I'm going by a checklist and I hadn't checked it yet, right?
But you said that a couple times.
Okay.
But I'm just asking because it's just like.
I got to make sure.
Because when you tell me that, it's like, why do you keep repeating yourself?
Because I wasn't certain that I told you, and it's like you're a boss. You have checklists, right? And sometimes you go down the checklist, like, did I even? And you want to be sure, right? Because
Okay.
you believe in doing a good job.
Yeah.
Right? Because I got a boss, I was like, hey, dude, why don't you check the box, right? Dumbass. Right? And I want to do a good job because, it's what pays my bills. So, kind of like you, man, my job's important to me. And then, okay, so we have to do a lot of talking, and we're going to go over the exam. You're going to know exactly what's on the test. You're going to help me with the test. Right? I'm going to lean on you to help me make up the questions so we can help you pass the exam, okay?
Why is that?
So what do you think the people, what do you think Mike wants to know about the case? What do you think?
I'm not totally for sure, Yeah, I went and saw Casey Sunday. That's what he's telling me that I said, but, I remember going up there, and I think it was in the beginning that I saw him, but,
Okay.
do you
have a driver's license on you?
in the process of getting to Oregon.
Yeah, I'm not worried about Oregon. I just need to have some ID. It's just normal. Because you and your brother look a lot alike, man. I bet you could, pass for each other, right, on a driver's license?
No, he's about a foot taller than me, and weighs probably 300 plus pounds.
Yeah. So I have a friend, right, and she's a Philippine gal. She comes and here, she does some work for us, right? So she brought over...
Here, I got that one. I'm trying to dig up the other one.
She brought over these egg roll type things with these noodles. She's Filipino, and it was so good.
It'd be more of lunch, not lunch. It's more, my wife makes them.
Does she cooks really good?
Somewhat.
Yeah. What's her favorite dish to cook? I like food, that's why I'm talking.
Adobo.
Adobo? Pork?
We do rabbit and all that stuff. Chicken
Rabbit,
adobo.
that's interesting. And so what's your address now?
I got a place over here, and
You know what the address is?
I just bought the place, so
Okay, don't worry about it.
it's on Allen Road.
Okay. Cottage Road, Oregon. What's the zip out here? Really?
I'm not trying to lie to you.
All right, no worries. What do you have for a phone contact for you?
1-361-543.
543.
000 8.
0008.
Yeah.
And then, what's your birthday?
10/23, 1976.
We're about the same age.
Yep.
46, well, you're 44 years old. How tall are you?
5'5".
5'5", and how much do you weigh?
About 290.
290, brown hair, and what color are your eyes?
Hazel.
Hazel, and then where were you born?
Rockport, Texas.
Rockport. You ever think about, that's where, it seems like Texas and Idaho, those are the places to be now, I think. What do you think of the way things are in Texas?
For the oil field, yeah, and stuff, but the address is 34370 Allen Road.
Republic of Philippines. That's a Philippine ID.
Yeah.
That's interesting. What do they charge you for to get a license? Do they have, this is a driver's license over
Yeah.
there? N02. What are the police over there like?
Corrupted.
Really?
You get pulled over, they tell you that they want, to get out of the ticket, $20.
Kind of like Mexico or
Yeah.
worse?
It's kind of like Mexico, if you've ever been to Mexico.
I've
They
never
were
been.
colonized by the Spaniards for a while.
What's your most favorite thing about the Philippines?
What's the most?
Yes.
I got my wife and my kids and all that stuff.